Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. It's your boy Craig Kenyon.
And it's your boy Cook.
And it's another episode of But What Do I Know? You know what we do, we coming at you every week, we hitting the hard topics. You know, we kind of going around the current events, see what's going on around the world. You know, just giving different perspectives from, you know, a favorite duo that you've been new with, you grew with. So, with no further ado, we're going to get straight to it. First of all, how you feel? You know, we gotta do a check-in, mental health check-in. How you feeling? How you doing? You in good spirits?
I'm good, man. Shout out to my mom, Duke. She turned 60 on the 4th. So yeah, man, just living life, man. Loving life.
That's beautiful. Absolutely, man. Just another year being here. You know, that's always a blessing.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. You know, like I said, bro, I'm always looking forward to doing the show. I'll be getting a little anxious. For real, bro.
No,
Ready to just get to it. Because, you know, like, some stuff you feel like you can only talk to certain people about. Mm-hmm. And you happen to be one of those people. So, you know, every Wednesday I know I can have a you know, profound conversation and get right to it. So, sure. So yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm feeling good, you know, in good health. So I ain't got no complaints, man. For real.
Facts was good.
You do anything on Labor Day or anything?
It was like some little like cookout type situation, but no, not really, man. Shit, chilling.
Yeah, I feel you. I ain't do too much. I got with my sisters and we definitely, you know, had a crazy meal. It definitely did numbers. So, you know, if I could do that with my peoples, then, you know, I'm definitely not mad about that. But yeah, man. Just kind of what's going on around the world. I feel like it's literally on fire right now. You see the fires going on in California, Oregon, and Washington. Like, it's just like crazy out there for real. Like, some of the pictures I've been seeing, it's literally like a movie. It's like this orange hue that's just over the whole entire city. Like, it don't look real, bro.
Yeah, no blue skies, just orange skies. You know what I mean?
For real, I might have to pull up a picture on the video just to show people what we talking about, cause it just look crazy, bro. Dang, what's the movie? It was some movie they kept referencing it, and like, cause they showed it scene by scene, and it looked like the exact same thing. But picture taking a photo of like even us right now, and then you put like an orange filter over it. I
think it was like Doomsday or something like that. I seen like, you know, man, I was looking at some pictures too, and I'm like, wow. And
yeah, I can't even remember the name.
Yeah, I feel you
though.
It's
right on the top of my head too. I'm sorry, but anyway, yeah, just picture that like an orange filter over like a clear photo. That's exactly what it looked like, and then it kind of looked, you know, foggy too, because all the smoke and stuff like that.
That's crazy,
bro. It's really wild, and it's just like, you know, they talking about doing mass evacuations and stuff like that. So in certain areas, so you know, definitely gotta keep them in mind. Hope everything going good with them on the serious tip, because that stuff I can't even. It's certain things I just can't fathom going through, and like just dealing with wildfires, because you just get so into like your location and where you live and the things that come with that. You feel me? We dealing with the snow and tornadoes here and there, a little windy, like, you feel me? But not like extreme, but just the like wildfires. But you know what's even more mind blowing? Mm-hmm. One of the fires in California started based on a fucking gender reveal party, bro.
What?
And I don't mean to laugh, but that is crazy, bro. Right. A fire started off the little like smoke thing that they had, and it caused like a fire. But even so, matter of fact, I'm gonna let you go. Yeah.
No, I just want to go into like why is this happening though? Like, nah, real talk though. And I just feel like, bro, that ground and that shit over there is too dry, bro.
It's dry as hell. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and it's, you know what I mean. It's
just causing. It's against the law. Like, they had no business doing it, and that's the point I was gonna make. The couple that did it, because we know, bro, we already had a crazy ass wildfire not too long ago. Okay. Celebrities, you feel me, tweeting, had to evacuate their house. They was butthurt. They was in their feelings, posting on IG, and you have the audacity to take your ass back to the woods or wherever the fuck you was at. Mm-hmm. And do some shit you know you wasn't allowed to do, and cause another fire, y'all have to be out y'all's mind, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, man. That shit doesn't make sense, bro. Like, why would you be in the woods doing anything remotely close to... Nigga, I wouldn't even bring a lighter out there.
Yeah, man, listen, that shit crazy. I don't know.
That shit is crazy. But I think it was a result too, because you know California was like in the hundreds around the same time. I feel like the fires like broke out, so I know that probably had a lot to do with it, because you know shit out there just gonna get drier.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it a little fertile. Like shit, that shit crazy though, bro. Like yeah, I don't even want to spend too much time on that, but yeah, that shit just blew my mind that like it was a gender reveal party, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That started that shit, like, and it's affecting fucking thousands of people right now. Mm-hmm. But anywho. Other than that, man, ain't nothing really else been going on crazy. I was just gonna do like a little shout out, bro, to a show that I tapped into. A friend of mine put me on, so I gotta put y'all on. It's a show called Lovecraft Country.
Okay.
Dope.
And what is it? What is it on? Netflix?
It's on HBO.
HBO. Okay.
So either HBO Max, or if you got the channel, you feel me, you can download that, view it. But bro, it is a really good show for real. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know if I was really gonna like it, but it's a very interesting show. So it's a man who basically grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
He went to the army. This is in like the 50s, a little bit after World War II, and you feel me, dealing with racism in the army. You know, it's still in the era where they're definitely still dealing with segregation and racism and the whole nine. So he, you know, comes back home because he finds out that his like dad is missing, and his dad like wrote him a letter. So long story short, bro, they just kind of incorporate little elements of like horror, but also like real shit about what was going on in that era, and just like different little things. And to me, this is all I'm gonna say without spoiling it. You know how we talk about symbolism and how, you know, certain things is put into, you know, entertainment content. You know that if you in tune enough, you can kind of peep what they kind of like really going with and what they like really saying with the story. So it's based on a novel, by the way. But yeah, bro, that's all I'm gonna say. I definitely think you should tune in.
I'm gonna tune in, bro. I'm gonna definitely tap into that.
You gonna fuck with it. It's a black show, black characters, black cast. A lot of familiar faces in there, bro. It's a good show for real. New wave. So definitely that. Any you been tapping into anything as far as like the vision?
I mean, and I really just watched something. Man, Beyonce had dropped something earlier this year. What was it? The
Black is King.
Black is King.
Yeah.
I sat there, man, smoked and watched that whole thing, because I don't know. It's just like I'm trying to tap in. You feel me?
Facts.
And that was definitely.
I watched it.
I was moved.
Yeah, I definitely watched it. It was smooth. It was dope. It was you know, Beyonce. Like to me, it wasn't that it wasn't crazy, but it was just like I know her body of work and just kind of the kind of content she puts out now. So it's just like,
see, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna take it a little deep. No, I'm gonna keep taking it a little deep, because really, I've always kind of looked at like Jay-Z and Beyonce for a couple of years as like that satanic couple that just be on some like crazy rituals, you feel me? And so what I feel like I really came across is like, she's still doing her, which the same shit that I thought was, you know, evil or whatever, is really, you know, our culture is really, you know, what we really supposed to be, you know, boosting and putting up anyway. Nice. So it was just a form of me and my old thinking of like damn near being scared of who I am, you know what I mean? And so now being able to see through that, I'm able to really fully take in what Beyonce has to be, and Jay-Z for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was the same way. Matter of fact, it's funny, and I'm admit it right here. I didn't listen to Jay-Z for a very long time based on that fact. And it wasn't even until prior to I went to school, and I was just like, first of all, I just was way more woke, or whatever you want to call it, you know, at that point in time. So I was just like over, you know, all the stigmas, even though I know like some of that, you know, anyway. I just tapped in, bruh, and I was like, okay, now I see why Jay-Z is Jay-Z. Like, I knew, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm asleep. For real. And then when you listen to like even more, some of his more current work, like 444, and what he been talking about, his messaging, and even just current, what he did with Jay Electronica, I honestly feel like that was the Jay Electronica Jay-Z album, because he was literally on every other song. So it's like, when he talk about, you feel me, in the gems he dropping his music, you know, that stuff, you know, is powerful. So they just let, you know, kind of a conspiracy or something like that, kind of get into why you would miss some of those gems because you're not tapping in. It's just like, damn, I'm glad I you know, switched my mindset so I ain't miss out on this, because it's crazy. It's like a body of work that's a lifetime. Plus, when you look at somebody who got a body of work that's just really been an icon like that, you definitely got to just appreciate tuning in the moment, like what Bron doing right now. Like, it's just like, so we just got to appreciate it. And just even with, you know, because, you know, Lord forbid, knock on wood, but when you see situations like, you know, Kobe Bryant and, you know, what happened with that, it's just like, yeah, you definitely got to make sure we do, you know, kind of give people their flowers and, you know, appreciate them while they here with us.
For sure.
For sure, bro. So, one thing I definitely wanted to talk about today as far as, like, the main topic is definitely a subject that I feel like been reoccurring, just, you know, just around me, you know, some of the conversations I'm having with my peers, you know, and now that I'm an adult, moving into adulthood, you know, one thing that I feel like is underrated, as far as like the transition, is how you approach dating in your youth, and versus an adult. And I won't say you're not youthful as an adult, so let me rephrase that. How you date as an adult versus how I say you would date in like your adolescent years, like teenage, high school, you know, even honestly like college phase, or even if you didn't go to college, but those young, like 18, 19, 20, like just dating in that time, like kind of time frame, like, you know, the transition with that, and you know, some of the hurdles of you know, and the pros and cons, because there is some pluses more so as dating as an adult versus, you know, being younger. So I guess we could tap into the teenage part, because I feel like that's not too heavy. But what do you think is like some things that as a teenager you don't really have to worry about as an adult when you court?
Bills, man. Like, you ain't even got to finish, player. You know what I mean? Like, it's strictly a financial game. You know what I mean? You can come to the table with a little couple things extra than everybody, but you know, once you get out of that, it's like what you got. I think that's really the only thing that really is different from when you're an adult, because cheating is still there.
Yeah.
You know what? Different personalities is always going to be just what that is. So yeah. I mean, that's my take.
Yeah, because I feel like there's also, because when you're a teenager, certain, like, you could be broke as hell, but that really don't mean shit for real.
Exactly.
Honestly.
As it should.
because as a teenager, for real, like, as long as you got something to wear, you can get to where you're going. You got 10 to 20, you could be good for the night.
Oh, but no, facts. But
that's a fact, bro.
I'm gonna be real. That same standard to me is how you sustain a relationship together when y'all get older, or even if you just meet somebody, you know, as you get older. It's because, you know, if I'm able to, because it's really what we missing, bro, is the inner. The inner game is all fucked up because everybody's worried about the outer. You feel me? So, but if you can look at the outer for a second and be like, all right, look, this dude, he broke. This chick, she's broke, but she got a couple dollars in her pocket and she know how to dress herself. You know what I mean? She know how to be appealing to where you wouldn't even know she was that broke. That's what you need. You need somebody that's gonna be able to walk through. You feel me? And build with.
Facts, because I feel like, you know, that's part of like how you like self-maintain and like take care of yourself. But another thing I wanted to ask you before I've been going to that, when you talk about, you know, growing with somebody, do you feel like we even see that anymore? Do you see people who start out in high school still together? I can't think off the top of my head. I can't think of too many people who like have been together since high school.
Yeah,
and just stuck it out.
Yeah, I don't really see it that much, but I don't think, especially where we from, I don't think you're gonna see it that much because we supposed to grow. We supposed to kind of, you know what I mean? I feel like so the reason why I brought up where we come from is because we already kind of in the box. You know what I mean?
So do you think it's a waste of time to even be in a relationship at a certain age?
Nah, you gotta experience stuff. You gotta, you know, get out there and see what you do like and what you don't like about people. But I'm just saying, all in all, you just, now me looking back, it's like, bro, all the stuff that I really want to do, as creative as I am, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Being in public school and only being able to do so much and being able to reach out and talk to other people, because most of the time people find each other doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Being passionate about the same thing. And so we forced to just, we all gonna play basketball. We all pick up a ball. You know what I mean? And then other things start to, you know, move and matriculate through life, and then you just, you know, it's stuff just happen. But I think growing up, we supposed to do different shit, see different shit. But I know, like, you know, Rocket, you know what I mean? I know it's a couple cats that I know that's still going. You know what I mean? Which is lit.
Yeah. Cause I did think about somebody as you was talking that I do remember them being together since high school. So now you're absolutely right. I do. It is possible. I just don't see it a lot. And definitely when it comes to like, and this is probably the last point we can make about teenage, and then we can shift to adults. But yeah, I feel like definitely as a teenager too, it's hard. It's hard to be more private about your relationship as a teenager. I feel like. Yeah. Like an adult, like you can, if you really wanted it to, you can really keep that shit on lock and key. Like only me and you really know. Like we really like even moving. Like
in today's time, because we grew up with social media.
That's what. But that's it. Because we are so social media based. If I keep it off of that, that's cutting 90% of motherfuckers out anyway. Like if you don't see it on there, people don't know what's going on.
Facts.
You feel me? Like it's some people who be on social media, you don't even know they got kids.
Right.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Like you know what I mean? So if they don't want to be on there, like then that's cool. But it's just you know how you frame it in that view. So I feel like people are so keyed in on what they see through that channel that like if like we decided to keep it off of there and you know we did our thing, and then like my close friends, even if it was at the point where I didn't even want them to know, like because I'm just like I don't know if this is a real thing or not, then
they won't know.
I feel like it's easy. Like
you right.
You feel me? But as a teenager,
yeah, it's a wrap.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You especially if you're not really moving around on your own, or you like who call? First of all, because I remember the house. Like, dang, that's crazy. It's gonna sound super old, but the house phone days, bro. You feel me? That house phone ring. Whoever pick it up in the house, it might not necessarily be for you. You feel me? And I had sisters. You know, it's a full house, so that phone ring. So whoever pick it up. If it don't sound like a homie and it's a different type of voice,
pass it along.
Asking for me, of course. Now you gonna be like, oh, who are you talking to? Like, so yeah, I just feel like as a kid, bro, you don't really got that privacy that you know sometimes you can maintain in a relationship. That I feel like is also sometimes necessary, especially in a world where people feel like they got access to everything. You know, I feel like that's important. But yeah, shifting to adulthood, what do you think is some things that you know, kind of, I wouldn't even say threw you for a loop, because everything don't got to throw you off your rocker, but just kind of like, as an adult, you was just like, okay, this is a little different. Matter of fact, I started out, one thing for sure that I know for a fact, just growing up and just, I know,
right.
whoever is going to have some sort of like baggage, some luggage, some sort of trauma, some, you know what I mean?
That's deep.
And I, you feel me? It's just something I know now, and it just like it give me it just give you a different perspective to be a little bit more patient with people, and you know, really try to understand not even what they're doing, but why. You know, what's the deep root, and then I also understand. You feel me? Like it's not necessarily always about fixing somebody to be who you want them to be. You know, sometimes they get to a point where you just have to evaluate who they are and then decide, like, is this something that works for me or is it not? Because, you know, sometimes, and I can honestly say I feel like I had a bad habit of this. Not necessarily like romantic relationships, but just in any relationship period, you feel me, where you will analyze something and it's out of genuine love, but you might like nitpick on somebody or something like, oh, I think you can do this, but sometimes it's just not even about that. Sometimes you genuinely just gotta be hands off and let people be who they are and flourish and grow how they grow. You feel me? Sometimes it can come off narcissistic, kind of being like that. So that's something I had to like really learn for real. But yeah, other than that, what do you think is like an adult is like different as far as you feel me, like dating go, that you have to really adjust?
I mean, really, what? Just so like as far as relationship, really, again for me, man, a lot of it just came down to finances, man. You know what I mean? The guy that I really truly am, and how want to project it off to the world it comes with money. It has to come from money. So that was really something that was like a smack in the face. And then basically really what it comes down to is that you just gotta really know what you want. Like, I can have the baddest whatever, but you know what I mean? It's just like maintaining that to me is a whole fucking job on its own. And I'm really not I ain't got that to do. You know what I mean? And so bro, like, and so it's just like I'm gonna go what's right and what feel right and on that building shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so yeah, bro. But that's really what finances, bro, was really one of my biggest things. Like, bro, you gotta really be able to provide, bro.
Absolutely, and I feel like that's that's just like one of the criteria that get thrown in as an adult versus teenage and younger years. And to be honest, it just depends what you believe in, because especially now in today's age, it's a lot of self-made females for real, got their own bag, that don't really, I won't say that don't care, but it's not about being a provider for them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But they just do want to see you, maintaining yourself. So I do know a lot of females out like that too. So, but I just feel like it's what you believe in too, because, and I said that to preface what I'm about to say now, is that I feel like, especially as a man dating, you got, as an adult, you it's like the criteria is before you can qualify anything else. Like, are you even worthy falling in love with? Are you financially stable? What can you provide financially? So that's like, I feel like definitely just one of the adjustments you have to make. You feel me? As like going into adulthood and
But not to cut you off, bro. But it's crazy because I was talking about the inner. The inner is the most important, bro. You know what I mean? It don't matter nothing in this world, bro. If your inner peace or your inner system is not working, bro, housed properly, bro, you can give anybody $100,000. I guarantee you they're gonna fuck that $100,000 up. You can get that, you know what I mean? You can give a man or a woman or whoever the best opposite, and they gonna fuck it up because they haven't even took the time to go through the struggle, go through the process, and do that shit, bro. That shit is all a process and a struggle that people don't want to go through.
Yeah, and I agree, because dang, was it you who told me that? Like, something about, like, the last time you feel unconditional love, like at a certain age, like whoever after this is like your mom, and son, and then like after that, it's like nobody else really loves you conditionally. Like it's like conditions to, you feel me, the relationship. Like
it is.
It really is, bro, and that shit is crazy. But yeah, I feel like that is kind of what messed it up because, like, let's be factual. Like, it has to be some sort of financial stability off rip, even if you're not in a relationship. That's as an individual. Like, you can't live in the country for free. Like, you feel me? And like, you feel me? You either gotta get with that, or you can get swept under that. But that's the reality of the world we live in. Like, this shit, it costs to be around. Honestly, like, it costs, bro. So that's off the rip. You feel me? But I do feel like it's definitely some stuff feel like this is what I know, so this is what I gotta do. Like this is the path everybody did before me. So, and you feel me? Sometimes I feel like it's a lot of that too. Especially like when you like go through the motions of an adulthood. Like, well, this is what I feel like I should see. You know, necessarily not going through what you just feel like. It's just like, oh, I gotta see. Versus like, oh yeah, just the vibe was crazy.
But the reason
that above all else.
No, you're right, and the reason why it's like that is because you're watching a highlight reel of somebody else's perfect so-called life. You know what I mean? And so all they giving you is the perfect.
Even Will and Jada and that whole August situation, like that threw so many people off a loop because people were using that as like the quote unquote like that's the standard, and you see even them, they got they shit and they drama that they go through too, like,
bro. And
it's in the public now, but it was in the private. But you know, it ain't no real perfection when it comes to that, because any relationship you trying to maintain, it comes with its ups and its downs, and there's maintenance that has to be done with that relationship. Like there's no, I don't know, like. I don't know, like, but that's the thing we talk about too, because some things don't feel like work.
Right.
Like the work put into a relationship, it shouldn't feel like work.
It should.
You feel me? But there's work being done, but it shouldn't feel like that. And I feel like that's when you get to the key, when it's just like, you know, doing whatever for this individual. It you know, I do it in a heartbeat. Like it ain't about, you know, working on it or nothing. It's just, you know.
It's organic. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. Just like that type of vibe. You feel me? Like I feel like if you key in on that above all else, then it's just solid. But shit, I ain't no love guru by any means. But I do think it's an interesting topic though, because it's different, bro, from when our parents was our age, bro. Just flat out, like just that whole scene. They didn't have an app on their phone, bro, that they could just flick through, like, oh, like you, oh, you like me? Let's meet up.
So I think logically we have to look at relationships totally different. Yeah. I cannot no longer sit here in my present day and think of a old growing together type of relationship and not expect it to get rocky. Yeah. Even like, you know what I mean? You can have a wife, she can get 60 and still do certain things to make her have another extra 5 years to do her thing. You know what I mean? This is the world we living in. So they even think that that's going to be what it is. I can't. And so basically you just got to, it's tough because for us to have that type of love language, dog, and that's what it come down, period. Because we really good people in general. When it comes to like I said, looking into the inner, you know, we are those old fashioned lovers, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so we just, man, that shit tough, bro.
It is tough.
It take time.